Hey, hello everyone and welcome in a new video. In this video we will discover what is a service and we run our first Kubernetes service. It is really important to know that this is a big part about the network, the Kubernetes network. So this is really important to have it in your mind, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss the next video. Like and comment this one to support me. So let's go. And the first thing is which purpose for the Kubernetes service. So the first idea behind the Kubernetes service is just to solve an issue, because when we have a pod, we have a problem, we have an issue if we want to use the IP, because pod IPs is just dynamic, so the IP can change any times, and for example just a restart and we have a new IP. So we can just make a test. For example here we can just create a kubectl, so we can just create a deployment. Yes, so I want to create a deployment named my-nginx, and I want to use the image, the nginx image, for example the 1.27.3, and I can create this deployment. And of course now we have one pod for our nginx, and if I just add the -o wide option, like here, we can see that we have an IP here, and this is an IP about the network, the subnetwork for the IP subnetwork, the pod subnetwork, sorry, and that means this is an IP dedicated to pod. And we will see that for services we have another subnetwork dedicated to services. So right now if I just curl, of course this IP it works, and if I just for example delete this pod, so kubectl delete pods and the name about our pod, we have of course the replica set makes its job. And if we check, we have with the -o wide option we have another IP, of course, because the pod was recreated, and in this mode we have a new IP set for our pod. Okay, so we can just say but we have a problem, we have an issue, because how to if I have another application and I want to link this application to our nginx, how I can use it, because the IP can change and a pod can't have a specific DNS or load balancer. So sometimes we can use, we will see it later, we can use a stateful set, and with a stateful set we can use a headless service to have a specific DNS for pods, but it is not usual in Kubernetes to do that. So in this case, what can happen? For example, you have your pod, and sometimes maybe you want to scale up your pod. So to do that, we can use kubectl scale, and what we want to scale, this is our deployment, so my nginx deployment, and I set -replica or replicas, and I want to have, for example, 10 pods. And if I have 10 pods, of course have many IPs, and I need to have a load balancer on the front about this deployment, not pod but deployment, to load balance between each pod into this deployment. So how to do that? So we can do it with a service. So the service can allow you to have a stable communication with a load balancing for level 4 load balancer. So this is a TCP load balancer, and ensure if you use scalability to push your traffic to each pod with a load balancing. And the service allows you also to use and to expose your pods through a port mapping, like Docker Expose, for example. So when you use Docker, usually you use Docker run --name something and -p to expose a port. For example, with our Nginx, we want to expose the port 80, so we use -p and 80 colon 80, and that means we want to expose the port 80 on the 8080 about our worker. So this is pretty same things into the Kubernetes cluster with the service. And the service is not the only part about the networking into the Kubernetes cluster. We will see that we have another thing named CNI for Container Network Interface into Kubernetes cluster that ensure a big part about the networking, but service is really important for the networking, of course. And the latest thing about service, which we can say, that the service provides an internal IP and an internal DNS name with the same pattern. The name about the service, the namespace dot service SVC, and finally the cluster domain. By default this is cluster.local, and this is a DNSA record that we can use into the Kubernetes cluster everywhere in the Kubernetes cluster, not outside, of course, the Kubernetes cluster. Another thing really important to have in your mind, this is the classless interdomain routing for CIDR. You have one subnet for the pod CIDR or the pod range, and of course you have another range for the IP about service. So this is really important to have that in your mind, because sometimes you want to ping a pod, so you use the IP and the subnet about your pod, but sometimes you need to ping or to curl a service, and you need to use the IP of the service. So let's go for a demo. We already have a deployment. So this is my Nginx deployment with an image Nginx. So this is a little bit different than our example. And we want to expose it. So we want to create a service to do that. So to do that, we can use kubectl expose. And what we want to expose, this is a deployment named my Nginx in our case, and we want to target a port, and the port, of course, this is the port about our Nginx, so about our container into the deployment, and this is the port 80. So if we do that, we can now use the kubectl get service or services or SVC for an alias. And you can see here that we have a my Nginx service. The type about this service is cluster IP. We will see it later to discover each kind of service. And of course, we have an IP, and this is another subnet about our network, our pod network. If we check the subnetwork about pod, for example, with -o wide, -o wide, and you can see here we have 10.244 subnetwork, and if we check for the service, we have another subnetwork. And if you want, now you can curl this IP, and we have an Nginx, of course, and this is our pod behind this this IP. And of course, if we want to scale, so we already scale, yes. And in this case, we can check if we want, we can, for example, change the index.html into the pod, or you can use, for example, this image. So this is, we can do it. We can delete our previous deployment. So this is the deploy or deployment my-nginx. So we want to delete it. We want to delete the service. So my-nginx again. And after that, we want to run another deployment. So kubectl create deploy, and the name of this deployment is hello -- image, and the image location Paul Bauer, sorry, and slash hello Kubernetes, and the tag is 1.8. And if we do that, and we check, we have another container and another pod, of course, and it's okay now, and we can scale it. So kubectl scale our deployment named hello, and we want to scale it with replicas, and we want 10 replicas. And of course, if we just run kubectl get pod, we can see that we have many pods, of course. And now we want to expose again, so I can just use the same command and just use hello. And the port is a little bit different for hello. This is the port 8080. I can run it like here, and now I can check again the service. So this is this one, and I can use a curl on this service on the port 8080, sorry, like here. And you can see this is a page. So we don't have, we haven't a browser that we can just discover this page with a graphical interface, but with just a curl, we can see here we have a pod, and this is this pod which responds to us. So we can check the list of our pods. This is a pod 7HD. This is this one, and if we curl again, and we just use the IP about this service, like here, we have another pod, and of course this is the load balancer, and this is the role about our service. And now if we want to check the DNS provided by this service, what we can do, we can, for example, kubectl run -it to have a terminal with interface -rm to remove the pod if we just exited this pod. And after that, we just define a name for this pod, and we want to use ---- image, and we want, for example, run an image, an Alpine image, and -- and for the Alpine image, we just can use a shell, a classical shell, so sh. And now we have a prompt, and what we can do, we can just install a curl into it. So apk install curl into it. Oh, so apk. So this is an Alpine. So add curl. So now we have a curl into it, and we can use the pattern, the DNS pattern about our service. So to do that, we use a service named hello. We are in the default namespace. We use a service, so we can use the DNS for a service. So this is SVC, and we use the domain cluster.local. And if we do that, of course, with the port 8080, we can also curl our service and of course our deployment, hello deployment. And if I curl again, this is load balance, of course. And we can use just an alias for this DNS, and because we are already in our cluster, we can remove the cluster.local, the .svc, and we can use again hello.default and the port 8080, and it works again. And because we are in the same namespace about our service and deployment, we can use directly the hello and not specify the default namespace, and it works again, but just because we are into the same namespace. So now, yes, now we know what is an expose, and maybe we want to create a service like we create a deployment. We want to create it with a manifest, and to do that we can use the same thing like a deployment. So we can use a kubectl create service. The type about this service, this is by default, in our case, just for the beginning, cluster IP, and we can map the port, and you just map it for TCP 8080, and we can use the -- dry run client and generate the manifest. So let's do that. Kubectl create, so create service. We want to create a service named hello2, for example, and the kind of service is cluster IP. We will see each kind of service later, and after that --TCP, and we want to map the port 8080 with the port 8080, or maybe 8081. 8081, yeah. And after that, yes, we want to generate the manifest. We can use the dry run, set it to client. So the equal is not, it's not a formal dry run client like here, and -o YAML to generate the YAML file. So this is TCP 8080 hello. Yes, the name is not here, it's just here, sorry, hello2. So you need to define just before. So the name is required. So kubectl create service cluster IP hello2 TCP, okay, and set the client to set the dry run to client and -o YAML. So it's perfect, it works, and now of course we can push it into our manifest, for example svc.yml, like here, and we can edit now manually our svc.yml file, and we can just have a look into the manifest, the service manifest, and you can check here that we have the same thing. So the creation timestamp, just the resource is not already created, so we can remove it. The name of our service, we can keep it, we can keep all the things, and now we have a selector. This is the same thing, if you remember well about the deployment, this is the same things like we link a deployment or a replica set with a pod. So we need to use a selector based on the labels, and in this case here we use the key app and the label hello2. So we can check which label do we have into our deployment. So to do that we have many type to check that. You can use the kubectl describe deploy and the name about our deployment. So this is hello, and we can check here. We have a label with the key app set to hello, or you can use a kubectl get pod and the option -- show labels, like here, and you can see that we have a key app set to hello. So we can edit again here our SVC, and if we want to bind this service with our hello deployment, we just need to remove the to character here and set it to hello, and we can remove the latest line like here, and we can push it again. So kubectl apply -f svc, and we can check this service with kubectl get service, and we can just curl this new service here, and of course with the port 8080. So maybe the mapping is wrong. What? Yeah, I think target port, and this is the port. So no, I don't know why the port is 8080. So we can check. So how to check? So we can use the kubectl get svc and the preview service and -o YAML, and we can check. So this is here what we have. We have the hello service, hello, okay, in the namespace default, some other stuff, but it's not really important. The selector is based on app hello, so it's okay, but I think the port is wrong. Yes, maybe the mapping is wrong. So the port is, yes, I think the port is 8080, like here. So kubectl get svc and kubectl apply -f svc, like here, and kubectl get svc again, and we can check here the port hello 2 and the port 8080, and it works, of course. Okay, and after that, what we have, yes, we can just have a look into it, but we will just check this part later and go in details and deep dive about the kind of service later. But we have another kind about Kubernetes service. This is a node port. So what is cluster IP? Just in few words, we will see it later. A cluster IP type is just a service dedicated and specific service into the Kubernetes cluster. So you can't use it on an external IP on for example, on our worker node. But imagine that we want to use it on the IP about our worker, like here. So I have an IP, an external IP here, this one here, and I want, for example, to use curl, and like with Docker, when I use the expose, the -p, I want, for example, to curl it and use, for example, 8080, and I want that yes, I want that our deployment provide us a response. So to do that, we need to use another kind of service. So this is a node port services. So to do that, we can use kubectl create service and use the node port service, like here, and the name about our deployment. So this is hello. And we can set the TCP again, the same TCP settings, 8080 and 8080 for the mapping. Also, yes, already exists. We can just set the name of this service, so hello3, for example. And if I run again kubectl get service, we can check our service Hello3, and we can see here that we have another port, not only the 8080 like on Hello or Hello2 service, but 8080, and the mapping is with another port, and this is a port exposed on the worker node and the external IP. So to do that, to check that, we can just reuse our external IP, and I can set this port. So this is a dynamic port, and if I curl it, maybe just an error again. So I can use curl and again. Ah, yes, I know. Okay, I need to edit the port. Yes, kubectl. I don't know if we saw that. Edit service, and we can edit, for example, Hello3 service like here, and just want to change the selector like we saw just previously, like here. And if I register this service, I can curl again, and now it works because my service can find some pods with app equal to with the key app equal to hello, and it works, and it works on the external IP like here with a dynamic port. But be careful, it's not really secure to do that, because if your IP or your external IP is just a public IP, anyone can connect into your cluster. So this is really bad things to do with a service, to set it to not port. So that need to be you don't need to do that, but just in a specific situation to do that. For example, if you install an ingress controller, we'll see that later, you can do that, but this is really rare to do that, and unsecure for your Kubernetes cluster. That's it for today. Thank you for following this video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.